Hunters. Last week we had some serious difficulties because I didn't realize my mic was off pretty much the entire time. Didn't find out till about 2 hours in. So we had a nice little interesting intro that was silenced. So I'm taking over the streaming things like that. So I will be bringing the sessions to you guys. And I'm going to send it over to Hatala for our recap.
Maybe.
Thank you, person. Anyway, we had started up. There was a big army coming. We knew we needed to run. So we headed to an area and basically made a hovel to be able to hide in. Neetup created one of his standard ones. But as that began to happen, Hatala began to feel like her feet were working against her, pulling her towards the fort. She asked Kor to carry her to keep her from going there. Neetup wanted to tie up Hatala, which she would obviously not want. And Winky then begins to notice that all shadows are moving more than they should, except for Hatala's. It's not moving at all. Core remembers when we went into the at the scar, this was happening too. So he begins to investigate the fire, but doesn't learn much. We remember that the cult did a ritual that created that baby scar, and it may be what's occurring here. They may be creating or trying to create something similar. Um, Hatala's shadow is becoming more distinct and lifelike, and even Core kind of began to fight that shadow. Needip attacks it with a ghost touch axe. It hits, but it was still alive. They continued to do this until it didn't really react to it, but and then Winky shocks Hatala, which only served to make her more angry than she already was. And then Eve
Shocking.
finally blesses Hatala and she falls asleep, which ends up making the shadow not as active. And everybody sleeps. Around 3 in the morning, the ground thuds and there's a crash above us. Wakes everyone except Hatala, and Needip takes a peek to find that the other tower had been destroyed now. And then at 5 in the morning, another explosion occurred at the fort, and we can tell it's burning, and that can be smelled in the air. Hatala finally wakes up now, and her shadow seems to be acting normal. We catch up with the princess. Hatala warns her about the chanting and the ritual that may be occurring, and asks if she could help stop them doing that, maybe because it opens another realm to their creatures. We have 2 portal keys, so we decide we're trying to use those to get to where we're going to go, because the only way to get into the area is through a portal. So we head towards the town where the portal is. The worm comes out and it is moving towards the citadel or wherever the place is. Eve asks, Hatala asks Eve to be sure to bless her each night to keep her asleep and not under the shadow's control or whatever it is. The closer she gets to the castle area, the more she feels taken control of. Although that, anyway, sorry. Uh, the worm heads to the castle, but as it rears into it, it hits an invisible barrier. The stone giants with razors exit, and it fights the worm, and it breaks those stone structures into dust. We finally get to the portal. We go through. This becomes a bit of a back and forth, but we find that even though we use 2 different keys, those 2 keys seem to go to the same place. And so we go into that area. We find a couple other things. We found a frosty blue gem within a box that's likely a piece the worm is after. We had that and give it to the elves we're traveling with. And they have other gems as well. We see one that has an earth and fire mixture, and Core chooses to touch it, which he is able to pull the fire from it, and it is then an earth stone. The cold stones that we handed to them join together in their box when they place it in there. And we get to this portal, and a purple portal opens, which is a different color, different thing. That means we should be able to make it into the castle area. Needham tries to go in, but he runs into a wall. Eve tries and also hits the portal. When she touches the stick to the portal, it changes color again to a royal blue. We all then walk through, and this is where we are.
All right. I'm bringing y'all into the map. Everybody here? Yep, everybody's here. All right. Y'all have stepped out of the portal and into a room, and as soon as the last one of you clears the portal, stones come shooting up out of the ground and seal it like an iris for a Stargate. You know, basically, and the portal itself, the magic in it has been cut off.
Uh-oh.
And you hear a voice whispering in your ears and echoing off the walls. Oh, look, new things to play with. I wonder if they'll be fun. And as you look around, you can see you're in a fairly large chamber that has 4 fireplaces providing the only illumination in the entire place.
Is that blood on the floor or is that lava?
All right. Directly in front of you, there is a royal red carpet that appears to run through the center of the room, but it has become ragged and torn. But on each side and at your feet are pools of blood that have congealed and hardened from age. In the corner of the room on this direction, you notice that there is a huge amount of blood on the ground and bits of viscera as well. And there are 2 other portals surrounding you, but both have been stopped up with material jammed through them. Basically, a mound of debris has been filled in their places so that those portals are not useful. Only this portal remains, and down the centers of the room are 6 giant columns that are holding up the roof.
So, Winky, if it all goes sideways, take out the columns.
Hopefully, we figure out an escape plan before that.
Right, hold on a second. Derek, Hatala, are you seeing anything?
Sorry, I'm in notes, so. I'm in the tree basement, or sewers. I'm in the sewer.
Oh, you're not in the game. You
Oh,
must
is it not?
must need to relog.
Gong, gong, gong. Also, I don't have my chicken.
There he is.
Ah, yes, hold on. I see him.
Oh,
And
I don't have my massive polar bear with armor.
yeah, you don't have that.
Oh.
That would explain why you don't have it.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Let's
That's
see.
100% of the shots you don't take.
Just swiftly look over in the depth. Go, you had a polar bear? Chicken on top of debris. Very interesting.
Wow, it's interesting. As soon as Derek relogged, all the visions updated. When I was clicking on your tokens, there was no vision for anybody but Needip and Winky.
I can see.
I can
Yeah,
see as
no,
well.
but it didn't update on my screen until Katala logged back in, and now all the visions are up to date.
There you go.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's weird. Okay. And as I said, all you can see is the filtered light from those 4 fires. And at first, when y'all first came into this room, it was fairly dark and the fires were barely embers. But as that voice spoke, the fires rose and now the shadows are flickering around the room. And the sounds that you hear seem to be emanating from the various shadows in the room as well. Like you hear one word from one shadow and one word from another shadow. Like whatever this thing is, it's speaking to you from all the shadows. And you can barely make out that there are boxes and furniture along some of the walls. And let me do a measurement real quick, just in case y'all ask, because I can't remember since I designed this. The room is about 80 by 100 feet long.
Does it seem as though it feels like it has with magic? Sorry, I'm distracted.
And you would have no idea because you haven't felt anything with the
Yeah,
magic
you're right.
in the area. You'd only know by testing.
He really wants to use magic. He's getting.
I've had my hands tied for the last like 8 episodes.
Yeah, he's starting to get antsy. He needs his magical fix.
That's what I am. That's it. Like I'm a
You've,
druid.
you've completely.
So what do y'all
disabled
do?
me.
You can tell something is obviously watching you and has plans for you.
Should I cast dancing lights and put them around the room? Or is it worth trying?
How do I feel right now?
You do not feel your shadow making any extra movements of any kind that you notice, and you do not feel extra heavy. But in the flickering light, as you look down, you do notice that you do have 2 shadows distinctly.
Hmm.
But it does not appear to be attempting to manipulate you. It just appears to be following you happily now.
I'm gonna reach over and poke Atala and say, "You
Astronarada.
feel squishy."
I would like to spread out. Seeing as how we're fighting a wizard.
Yeah.
All right, everyone's gonna. I'm gonna unpause it. Hold on, I'm gonna unpause it, and we're gonna go one at a time, even though it's not gonna be turns. But you're
Okay.
basically gonna take one turn to do normal movement.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will start with the order on the camera that I see. So Will, Core, you go first,
All right.
since you proposed it as well.
Yeah.
We got bodies. I think these are bodies. These bodies?
The
Oh yeah,
dance
that's
floor.
a pile of corpses.
Pile of corpses. I'm standing in blood.
Watch your footing.
All right,
All right.
Atala.
I think that's what I can do.
All right, Eve.
I really just want to stay where I am.
You can stay or take an action.
You could also try
I'm
to
good.
hide behind something. Get a little extra bonus
I
to.
You could cast Bless.
No, if I
Yeah, that was my thought.
Are any of your other spells that are standard spells?
Y'all, she hates Bless.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll ever use
I
it.
hate the way they've changed Bless versus original D&D. Because you know what originally it did? Originally,
Give
when
you
you
a
put it on an
negative.
item, it became +1 until it was used for once, and it would last forever.
I'm just gonna cast shield and stay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Winky,
Yeah,
you need to pay attention.
I am.
Pay attention, cause
Well,
it costs so
Core
much.
recommended everyone spread out a little bit.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I spread out a little bit.
Well, he's actually not even in the game, so
Yes, I am.
no, you're not.
You gotta refresh. You're not showing on the list.
Ugh.
It's the same thing that mine was doing, buddy.
Yeah.
I think Winky would just like run straight down the hall.
It's not refreshing.
He would say something akin to.
Leroy Jenkins.
That's it.
Winky Winkyson.
While Winky's trying to figure that out,
Winky Hammerton.
Um. think I'm gonna move to this pillar and have my chicken move up over here. He's still a chicken, by the way.
Hmm.
Very, very. It's just a chicken. Just chicken. Don't worry. Just a chicken.
Who would bring a chicken to battle?
Okay, I'm in.
I didn't realize we were fighting. It's my pet.
Not even wearing pants.
I'm in.
Well, he's a wizard. He'd probably see right through that, possibly.
I'll see right through your pants.
No, through the
That's
illusion.
just
Through the
wrong.
illusion. Through the illusion. Like the last
One
one
way to
did
get
on the
the guy not
mountain.
to look at.
The one that looked at me and snickered on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I take a nap.
He's like, I'm done with this crap. I'm taking a nap.
Man, we've waited 2 weeks for this. Come on. You should be chomping at the bit.
You should just like.
Actually,
charge
it's been a
straight
while
through.
since we've actually been in a fight.
All right, so Nita.
I am going to say I ain't afraid of no ghosts, and I'm gonna walk right down here.
Ghost.
All right, so Winky, you stay where you are.
As he runs past, I whisper, "Don't get in front. This thing goes everywhere."
I'm gonna go right here.
You hiding with the chicken?
I'm the only archer that's bow is more like a shotgun than, than an actual bow.
Yeah, maybe this was not a good idea.
You get in front of the archer?
Yeah. I wanted to
Say
have.
rookie mistake, but
well, you can see Cora's learned his lesson. He's like, I'm going way over here with a wall behind me.
But I can see everything now, so
Ooh, the lighting just changed.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to figure out why everyone's vision was way too bright.
I was definitely okay with it. Okay, now I can't see anything though.
how?
Oh, I think I see what's wrong. Hold on.
Oh, the light from the. Yeah. Remember, those have 100-foot ranges on the campfire light.
Yeah. Excuse me 1 second. I'm trying to adjust these because apparently I had them lined up in the where it should be, but that's in the wall, so therefore it's not actually lighting.
Oops.
Sweet.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
I'm trying to edit them, but I can't seem to select them, so I'm going to have to do it one at a time. That's stupid.
We do have about a 33.33% chance of survival in this mission.
It's not zero.
You're telling me there's a chance.
did you say repeating, of course? Because I didn't hear that part.
I thought I did. If not, it was intentional. It was intended.
That's my favorite line from
Kind
the
of
whole
start
thing.
spouting stats first through though on probability of survival.
Yeah, that's why I made that comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good.
We can go raid a funeral afterwards.
Okay, yeah, that's much better vision. That's what this place looks like. 'Cause
Much
it's very
worse
dark.
for the human.
Yeah, I have low light, so I can still kind of see everything.
I didn't think about that.
And you have dark vision, so you pretty much probably not even affected you hardly.
It looks like somebody turned the brightness down about 25%. That's about
I mean,
it.
so
yeah,
if,
Oh,
yeah, mine's
if it-
about 50% down.
Winky and the chicken were in the same space, so I had to move them.
It was just the chicken was on jumped up on his helmet. Was perched on his horn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
There we go. I figured out what it partially. The map was considering it daytime, even though the time said it was nighttime. But
Interesting.
daytime should only be on the surface. This is in a building, so it needs to be considered nighttime and let the lights do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you pause again, and you hear, "Oh, trying to spread out. Don't want to be boxed together. Oh well, that kind of makes it fun." And that
That's
when he
not
makes
creepy.
that laugh, most of you catch a whiff of brimstone.
He needs a breath mint.
Uh-oh. Got us a demon. If only we had some kind of cleric that could bless us or something.
Yeah.
The only person I see is Hatala.
Or maybe Cora will just.
Yeah, because everybody else
explode
is in the
if it can.
dark. The only person I see is you two because y'all are in the light cones.
Be okay. I'm gonna get a triple crit in my first hit,
Yeah.
and game over.
You mean they're gonna triple crit you?
It's gonna be
What
game
he's
over
saying
for
is
you.
he's gonna accidentally disintegrate another demon.
Oh,
Oh, should we get the skin from this one?
yes. And are we like yelling this at each other in the room while the demon's there?
like just
That would
like
have to be.
doesn't
Yeah.
even
This,
just
is,
doesn't
this, is
doesn't
our
even
this is the way we're taunting.
yeah just
Yeah.
doesn't even bother us. Like
Just don't
yeah, let's
disintegrate this one.
yeah we
Yeah.
need his skin.
I just want to establish the elves did not come with us, right?
We did not.
They're
Of
trapped on
course
the other
not.
side of the portal.
Yep.
Hey, Core. Remember, be a little gentle. At least, I don't know. Hey, how big are you, Mr. Demon? We're trying to figure out how many stones we can wrap in your hide.
Core, make a perception check.
Right. Here we go.
Demon's
strong.
like whose skin?
Core, you think at the far end over here, at the edge of your vision range, in the shadows, there may be a man-sized creature sitting at the chair. But as you're trying to focus and look, the creature simply stands up, turns around, and steps into the shadow, and he's not there anymore.
All right.
But what you saw was a bluish color with probably horns, but you're not certain.
All right. Careful of the shadows.
Hey, Winky, have you been working on your crafting? You think you can make like a high quality leather bag out of this guy's skin?
Who has their skinning abilities up? Someone get
I'm
their.
not gonna speak because I don't want to give away my location.
Okay. Is it back to me yet?
Hold on a second, I'm trying to do something.
Me too. I want to light a lantern. That's the scary part that I'm trying
Okay,
to do.
yes, it will be your turn, so you can light your lantern. But
Sweet
give me 1
time.
second.
Boom. All right. I guess I'll get at the end. I still have a little bit of movement. Paused. Paused. Definitely paused.
Definitely pause. Definitely pause.
Definitely paused.
Ooh.
It'll be where I want to go if I can move. Or if the lantern was it.
No, you can move too. I'm just trying to finish this up.
Oh,
It's paused.
cool. I got it. I got it.
It's Pause.
I'll just look at the big thing of skeletons piled up behind me. Make sure they're
Okay,
not.
there you go, Cor.
You should have just lit the pile of wood and debris in front of each portal on fire.
You? Okay.
You see a statue of a man in front of you. The man looks like the one you saw in the visions from the past.
Okay. Like the king?
Mm-hmm. But when y'all were here in the past, there were no statues of him in the fortress.
Okay.
All right, Tala, what do you do?
I'm gonna activate my dark vision goggle.
All right.
Dang it, I have some of those as well. Oh well. Like my lantern.
Well, your lantern helps everybody else too.
And it gets rid of shadows.
Hold on while I figure out how to turn it on, because they've changed the way vision works.
Interesting.
Okay, I think I'm going to actually have to do it on your sheet for now.
I like how they're always updating it, but at the same time, it's like you're always having to learn too. But I like that they're so dedicated to it that they're always making it better.
I actually don't see the item on your list, Matala. I know you have it, but it's not on your sheet.
Did you give it to somebody?
No.
Because I know we were
Let me
doing
drag it to your sheet. So hold on one second.
we were doing like a passing around thing.
Yeah, but it was Hatala's, so it would have been.
I mean, I
Where's
know.
those
No,
back
you
to
don't
her?
think it was ever dragged to her sheet correctly.
Yeah, because I was just saying like if we were moving around from person to person, but that would be difficult. And
We would probably be
frustrating.
doing that more.
Oh, do you remember what they were called? They're not called dark vision.
I think it's
Night.
night vision goggles or something like that.
It's goggles.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it's goggles.
It's a type of goggles.
Goggles of dark vision? That
I can't spell goggles, I don't think, because I'm not finding anything called goggle.
did you Google goggle?
How do you spell goggle?
Goggles.
Gogg. That'd be why. Goggles of night.
Because I know Derek's referred to them as night vision goggles before. So, yeah.
Yeah, goggles of night. And they're the regular ones?
I believe so.
They're the level 20 ones?
They're the ones with a silent K in front. You can only actually see knights.
Goggles of night. Wish there was a way to actually turn them on like it says. Because they changed the way these rules work, so I guess I'm going to have to do it the ugly way. So hold on a second. I've got to actually give you vision here. Senses. Dark vision. There you go. Now you have dark vision. But the visions all work now. Low light, dark vision, all that. It's automatic if you have the trait. So all you have to do is turn your trait on that says you have dark vision.
Nice.
All right, so
Oh, what? Hold on.
I
Sorry,
found-
just a side note. Dark vision doesn't even use light.
Oh.
Light has no effect on dark vision,
Because we
according to it.
Because we've been playing that way. Like, it has to be at least a little bit of a light.
Mm-hmm.
No. I always say that if there's too much light, dark vision's broken.
Oh.
Because dark vision is based on dark.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Hatala, sorry.
I know I've been hearing things or whatever. Would I have like an indicator of an area that I might have heard this
Well, that's the
voice or
thing. You
seen
hear the
something?
voices resound like it's moving through all the shadows as it talks.
Okay.
Plus, it's a very large room. I bet you it's echoey.
Wait, does that take 2 actions?
Yes.
So I can either not move and cast that.
Well, you
I've
also
already moved,
activated your
though.
goggles.
That's 1 action.
Right. So if you activated your goggles and cast that, or
That's what I was saying. I could have, because I already moved, and then I was like, oh, I could have not moved and done that, but I've moved, so can't really do that. I guess that means I'll do that one.
all right.
End of turn.
And now it
We
is
say I
Eve.
hooked my my lantern back onto my belt when it was lit, so I have my weapons out,
That's fine.
or one weapon out. Yeah, that'd be fine. One weapon's fine.
I'll cast light on my trident.
Okay.
Um, and then I don't know. Can I just take an action to look around?
Yes. Make a perception check. You notice that the demon is standing next to you, going,
Cool.
What was that?
I guess I found it.
Oh,
That's what I'll say. Like really loud.
where? Because I'm looking forward.
wow, that's even neat. I added y'all all to the battle tracker, and it automatically goes, oh, excluding minion from the battle tracker. That's neat.
It is convenient.
Everyone roll your initiative.
Select yourself first.
Thank you for the reminder.
Touch yourself
Well,
first.
if you go to the initiative thing and click the dice, you don't have to.
Yeah.
To the battle tracker.
Well, balls.
It strides over to Eve and smacks her with its horns, hitting critically.
Ouchie. Ouchie.
Eve, you take that much damage.
That's probably gonna hurt.
Ouch.
I might
Oh.
already be halfway dead. I think I'm more than halfway dead. actually.
No, that's more like 1/3. You have 1/3 left.
No, not for me. Well, yeah.
2/3.
See. Anyway.
And then the
1.5
demon
thirds.
whispers to you sweetly, "Won't you be a dear and take a nap?"
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Make your
Did
will
you
save. You
save?
should be. You might be able to click the button in the text.
I'm really good at this.
Ooh.
Please.
That's a pretty high
Can you see the
will
button
save.
that says save?
Yeah, I pressed it. We'll see.
Okay, so it might not do it for you. Maybe I can do it for you.
Yeah, because it's not doing anything. Do you want me to just do a
I'll click it.
regular?
Let me try.
Okay.
Ooh.
You succeeded.
Yay.
Because I was good at it.
She's like, talk to the hand. Put your hand in his face.
I'm like, no thanks. No thanks.
But I'm not sleepy.
All right. Game is paused. It did.
There you go.
Hear her. Run over here. Where is he? Do I
Sorry.
see him? What's that? Ah. Okay, cool.
And hold on 1 second. Come on. I know I can do this. How do I do it? I want to show that picture. It really makes things a lot simpler when I can show you a picture of what you're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you
Whoop,
don't.
no.
Yeah.
Get back there. I
And
don't know
that-
why it's not letting me show you.
And that way, it's based more on our perspective, and you don't have to give as much away, I guess, in description.
Well, fine. Let me do it this stupid way since it doesn't want to do it. Alright, I figured out how to set that. Oh, wait. I know how I need to do it. Sorry. This is taking longer than I like. A tile. I can do it as a tile. Well, in theory, I can. But I have to do.
Ooh.
Got an Eve head.
Interesting.
Does everybody see him, kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Zooming in so the chat can see.
What?
Yep. This big old guy.
This is not. I don't like this. This is still not doing what I want it to do. This is annoying. Used to be you could just right click on the guy and say show the artwork.
Yeah.
View character. Oh, there he goes. He's working
Hey.
now. That's him.
Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you have. All right, so
Okay.
I say we take the head off, and then that way we can save the torso.
So, Core, what do you do now?
All right. I'm going to. I want to get over here behind him. I believe there's enough. We'll go in here and then slide sideways.
Yeah.
And then I'm
All
going to actually just.
Stop. Attack
Yep.
of opportunity.
Sweet, let's do it.
Jeff, Granger got hurt.
Guy's throwing crits like a madman.
Critical hit. 55. Seems to like that number too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right.
Okay, now it's your turn.
I'm going to actually just try to grab him. And hold him. Yep. Come on.
Mama needs you.
All right, and he gets to be defended against that. Isn't it your athletics versus his?
However you want to run it, GM.
No, you grab him.
I take it. I'll take it. That's the end of my turn. He is grappled. All right, boys.
So does that mean he won't have an attack of opportunity if we move in range now?
I got him.
You only get one attack of opportunity around.
Okay.
That's
He
true.
just
Yeah.
used it.
He
Gotcha.
used it.
So, Car. No, he's
Yeah.
not there.
He had, he had family
Yeah, it sounded
emergency
like
for a second.
yeah, something happened.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Your turn.
My
Core
daughter
has run up and grabbed the demon.
Yeah, my daughter overreacted to Granger, slipping in the tub. He's fine though. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little flavor to this, but I'm going to move my familiar up here. But it's going to be a chicken runs as a chicken between Eve's legs and then slides, and as it slides, it stops to do a talon attack.
All right.
And as it does a talon attack, it jumps up as a chicken, and right when it's about to hit, it transforms into its original form.
Okay. Make sure you have it targeted.
Oh, that's not
It wouldn't
good.
matter.
And it kills Eve.
Yeah.
Better not break my grapple. Gonna be something
Okay.
else.
Your chicken tries to do this wonderful dramatic maneuver, but it trips on Eve, hits into the post for the pillar for the portal, and bounces off and smacks into the wall. Now it's laying on the ground unconscious.
Oh, great. Awesome. All right. Well, I guess that I'm just gonna be like shake my head and just disbelief, and take some attacks with my bow. First time I got to use my new bow.
First bow.
Sweep.
All right. You hit.
Oh. Well, I hit it and not anybody else, so I'm happy with that.
It's a win in my book.
And then I'm going to take one more attack, and that should end my turn.
Nice roll.
And you hit.
Ugh.
More than last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful rolls there, buddy.
Yeah. At least I hit it. At least I hit it and nobody else. I'm okay with
Yes.
that. Hey, they moved the end turn to the top. I like that. And you can move it around and shift it.
Oh, you're saying there's a one that's there. I see.
Yeah, yeah, you can move it at top. Oh, I also figured out that you can move like where your strikes, actions, and stuff. You can take it. There's a little like 4-way arrow, and you can move it away from where the maps are. I didn't know if y'all have seen that or not.
Hadn't messed with it for a while.
Yeah, I was because I was messing with it for the stream, and I moved it over so I could switch between the maps easier. It's like, oh, nice.
What did you move?
You know where it says
card?
your strikes, actions, and your basically
Oh.
your short
Yes.
bar. Yeah, your shortcut bar. Yeah.
You
Did it
hit.
say whether it hit? Oh, it's not saying anything.
It
You
just
don't
shows
see
the
it?
check marks.
It's just two
No, it's
check.
not showing
Yeah,
us.
you have to highlight
You
it
can hover over it.
because of the dark.
Oh, it's black on black. I get it. Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Then roll your damage.
Gosh, the stupid. There's too many bars. It's getting in my way, so it turns off the drop down.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
And that should. Does it do bleeding? Because I got bleeding.
It does not say he's immune to bleeding.
What is that? A 1d6?
Yeah.
That'll work. Something.
I wish you could set a bleed status for the thing.
Yeah, so it just automatically does it. That would be nice. I'm glad I didn't use the other thing. That was my dagger, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the end of my turn.
Okay.
My turn.
Hold on a second.
1 second.
One. Okay, I hold it on a second.
Oh, he's so funny.
Well, I figured out how to pull up the encounter tracker, but on your screen, and it has like you go to the thing, and then you right click.
I think we've all known how to do that for a long time.
Yep.
You have
Or you haven't done it.
So you stabbed at it with your dagger too?
Yeah. That was my second attack.
You have to make an athletics check now.
So it's trying to disarm
It
my
automatically
dagger.
does it to any missed attacks.
Right, but I would just let it go out of my hand. It's a returning dagger.
Your returning doesn't apply to that.
That doesn't make sense.
That's why I asked. You swung at it, not through it.
By disarm, it actually means he takes off your arm.
Easy wins.
You said athletics?
Yes.
Go, baby, go.
Watching something in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So he pulled the dagger out of your hand.
I think something should change with your mic, Derek, because now you're echoing and I can hear your background.
Elijah, turn off the TV.
No, I did. I just did.
Thank you.
I changed my mic because my headphone mic wasn't working.
That's probably what
Yeah,
happened.
it wasn't my mic. We're in the same room.
Yeah, that's probably what it is then.
You're echoing now again.
Yeah, because Elijah changed his setup.
All right. So Winky, what do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna move right here. It's paused.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. I was getting my other cookies.
Cookies.
I
It's
want
important.
cookies.
Cookies are important.
Can you put some to the screen? Okay, I'm gonna move right here, and then I'm gonna attack him.
You hit. All right.
I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. Make an athletics check. He takes your hammer from you.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Am I just like on piggyback on this guy getting thrown around like a rag doll?
Can you
Apparently, your grapple does not do anything to stop
You're
you.
basically holding his waist.
Going in for the slow dance.
should get like a -2 for like distraction? Because Will's trying to like flirt with him.
Winky, you're done?
Yeah.
Will's like that kid hanging on his ankle while he's walking around.
Yeah, exactly.
Eve?
Ooh, that looks nice.
And I guess fiends.
Mm-hmm.
This says choose. So now everyone gets a +1 to your AC attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throw.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
Is that going to automatically happen, or are we going to have to keep track of that?
It's probably going to
That'd
have
be
to be
awesome
kept
if
track
it
of.
automatically happened.
But doesn't that mean
And
that
I
guy
think
gets it too?
I think that
If
takes
he
up
was
my whole
fighting
turn.
one of his own kind, yes, maybe.
Oh,
Because I don't. Because it takes 1 minute, so
Dude suddenly calls his
that's
brother.
it for me.
Been wanting to kill this guy for a long time. It just needed an advantage.
but if he goes in the circle, he would also get double damage. Or
No, it's just +1 status bonus to your AC.
yeah, but he would.
You
So
done?
he would also get it.
Yes.
I already hit the.
That's it for that.
Need it.
Alrighty. Whoa, why? No, I don't want that.
YM no.
I wanted to measure. Why am I placing things? I want to move there, but I don't want this. So, alright. I'm going to move. Feel bad. Everybody else hasn't had any trouble with this junk, and here I am not knowing how to move. I want to move there.
Can you get off measure mode and get onto the little square one up top?
Yes, that would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Can you play the game right?
All right, and then I am going to swing my ethereal war axe at him and take off Core's head. Apparently,
Oh,
All right.
It should
Should
not
are
not
make
you
make
that
that
not
noise as the game
entertained?
master. Should not make that noise as the game master roll. That should have been a dun dun dun.
Okay.
Oh. $120. Oh, oh,
Wait, what?
that 20 was sitting up on top there, right next to that 8. I thought it was
All
gonna be a
right.
20.
You swung wild, and on your backswing, you just barely missed hitting. No.
Awesome. I'll swing again, because what are the odds of getting 2 nat ones in a row, right?
Hold on, though. Hold on.
Oh,
You
sorry.
got to make an athletics check.
Okay.
I just want to say that I ducked
If you
after the
miss,
first
you might
one.
lose your weapon.
I just want to say I ducked after the first one, and I'm going to stay ducked just in case.
You said athletics.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Taking your axe.
Wonderful.
You get back.
His hands are full. We're good. We can't take any more
He's
weapons.
got a dagger. He's got a hammer.
He's got a
an
letter
axe,
opener.
No, the demon. He just keeps grabbing weapons and just holding them in his fingers.
He
He's
wouldn't.
not using his hands.
He wouldn't fall into.
His
undead.
horns have the
They
ability to
just-
grab anything that misses him.
He
Wait,
wouldn't
his
fall.
horns
Into,
are holding him?
All right, Nita, what do you say?
does he fall into the undead category?
No. Demon.
Okay. Demon. Welp. I'm gonna be just about useless, guys. Just saying.
Intern?
No, I'm going to try and take. I'm gonna try and take my my axe back.
You don't see it right now.
Throw the letter opener.
I'm going to. Can I attempt to encase his feet in stone using my creation power to give
Not with
him...
a one action.
Okay.
Because that's going to take concentration to do it to a living target. That would basically need 3 full actions for that.
Well, I guess the only option is cast Fireball at this point. I mean, I don't really see any other. I'm joking.
You only got 1 action left, so
Yeah.
TikTok.
I will.
Sit there stunned.
Yeah, sit there stunned because I don't know what else I could possibly do.
All right. Core, make an athletics check. You manage to keep a hold of him, but you do not manage to stop him from moving, so he turns around with you still attached and steps through the air into nothingness.
Let's go. We're dancing.
I hope you can breathe in there.
I hope he can.
The demon and Core both vanish with a flash.
Oh, wait.
And
Core went too?
all the weapons drop to the floor where the demon was.
Nice.
He disintegrated it again. We win though.
It only costs.
Now we don't have to go do that side quest where we go collect that fire stuff.
Yeah, we can just be done with that crap. Just take it off our list.
Core, you are suddenly in another part of the room. You're not sure exactly where because when you first got here, it's a little discombobulating. But the demon's staring you in the eyes, and all of a sudden he engages one of his abilities on you.
Oh,
Make a will save.
dang it.
Will save. Should be wonderful at this.
It's my worst one.
Use your core will.
Oh, you get a +1. You get a +1.
Thank you.
Oh, if you're in that, actually, you might
Oh,
not.
I'm not
if
in
you're
your
not.
circle.
Use your will,
You're
Will.
not in the circle anymore.
Dang.
But it wouldn't matter even with the +1. You have failed. You have had your soul enslaved by the demon.
Oh,
Is he
Great.
like dead?
Can he do
now?
that? Where is his soul? Is your soul in a
Wait,
gem?
his soul's in the stone.
Nope, he's one of the few that has a normal soul.
it was Nathaniel that was getting eaten.
Dang it.
And by the
I
way,
thought I could get
none,
you.
none of us
Nathaniel.
know this, by the way. None of us know this, by
Correct.
the way.
And you gain enfeebled 2.
Everybody marked it.
Yeah, I did it.
Cool.
And that's going to be his turn. Core, your turn.
Okay. I'm not. Am I still under my own command though?
You're under your own command, but you can feel that your soul is being leached by him.
Ooh,
You
okay.
think
Well,
if you were to die, you're going to immediately go to hell.
he's gonna be fun. All right. I would like to release him.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast haste on myself.
All right.
No, nothing funny.
It's a regular
Roll.
magic spell.
Regular magic, arcane.
All right, hold on.
What if we throw the stick at him and he dies?
But if it misses him, he keeps it.
All right, your spell works normally.
Okay. Okay. And I'm going to just strike him once. Is that? What about it? Yeah, because that was 2 actions for haste.
Yeah.
It's my flaming one. Cha-cha-cha.
You
Dang
hit.
it, I didn't select. All right, cool. I'm selected now.
Quick question. Is Core's lantern on his belt still lit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we would see the light in the room, basically, is what I'm saying, because I don't see it currently on the map. Just as a way
Hey,
of
car.
knowing where to go.
Huh? I'm done with my turn.
A car.
Uh, Guess I'm gonna move to the center room.
You gotta stop measuring if you're actually wanting to walk.
You can hit spacebar when you got your
Yeah,
spacing
that's what I was
right.
trying to do, but I mean, I was just normally I just find the spot and be like, yeah, that's where I need to go, and I just move there myself.
All right, you see him now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take 2 shots then. Can't see Core. Well, I kind of can see Core. Hopefully, I don't hit him.
Oh, if
Did you target the guy first?
Thank you for the reminder. And that didn't work.
You missed?
Well, we'll try for a second one. Hopefully, it's better. And no.
No, you missed again.
Same one. Okay. All right. Well, that's my turn. Hopefully, by my movement and my shooting, that the rest of my party would know that it's over this direction.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you you've forgotten one of the stats of your bow.
Yeah, I was looking into it, but it's showing up for me as normal bow. I didn't see anything special.
As a free action, you can do True Strike.
Ooh, that's pretty crazy. It's crazy
That's
good.
right.
You get one per
Yeah.
day for free, but you could cast a spell into it and gain spell slots for that as well. You can charge it up to get it more. Like you have that innate ability you don't use much. You could cast it into it every day, giving it an extra charge.
Yeah.
All right, so I picked
Does-
up my dagger and then I ran to this location. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot
My
about
turn.
that because when I was looking into it, I'm like, I don't remember what was so special about the bow.
okay, I'm gonna pick up my hammer.
All right, I'll be
All
right
right.
back, guys.
Okay.
You may want to just
I'm
go
gonna
your
go.
first 30 and see if you can do the sudden charge. Depending on if you can see or not.
Can I see him and do sudden charge?
You don't have a
I
straight
can see
line,
him on the board.
but you can kind of see him. So yeah, you could do 2 more movements and end it with a strike as part of your sudden charge.
I'm thinking, can I run through the what is it called?
Can't run through a column. No, you have to go
Pillar.
around.
But it was so cool if I
Technically,
kill.
he could.
Okay.
Crash through it.
I guess I'll do the sudden charge. So 2 movements. Pressing shift. Then attack.
Yeah.
I didn't hit the button to target him.
But you hit.
Okay.
You
That's
did a
my
lot more
turn.
damage that time.
Yeah.
But he gets an attack of opportunity now.
I have 96 hit points, so I should be okay. Oh god.
Jeez.
This guy is
Jesus.
insane.
Just a crit.
At least it wasn't 55.
Yeah.
Getting soft.
There you go.
It's your turn.
I still have 47 hit points, so I'm good.
Yeah, you can get hit one more time.
I'm good. Like I said, I'm good. I mean, it depends on his rolls.
Rolls? What do you mean rolls? Does he have dice?
This is cornbread country, sir. Ain't no rolls.
But what if you made a cornbread and made it into a roll?
That is blasphemy.
It's going to be very messy when
Oh,
you go to
yeah.
Lambert. They're
That
throwing
was the
cornbread.
same thing that I was gonna say.
Hold on.
Blasphemy.
Eve, what were you saying?
I'll just cast shield. I'm just gonna
Alright.
cast shield with that last action and end my turn.
Need it?
All right. So Eve, where'd you end up? Are you still in the same spot?
She ran off. You don't see her anymore.
No,
Who's this though?
Who's what?
Your
that might
mama.
be the
Oh, that's the
The chicken's unconscious up there.
Yeah. All right. I am going to move. Going to measure first. I'm going to move there, behind the column. And then I'm going to say, hey guys, if you need it, heal up. I'm going to cast Vital Beacon.
What?
Final beacon.
So, up to 4 people can heal off of me. The first person gets 4d10 worth of hit points. Second, 48. Third, 46. Fourth, 44. So first come,
Do we have
first
to touch you?
Yes.
It
Okay.
radiates. So
It says by touch.
yes.
They have to supplicate.
Yep. So they have to
Means
touch me
touching.
in order to get their heals. And that's the end of my turn because it was 2 action.
Okay, you can't crit every time.
I mean, technically, could, but I think I'd call shenanigans after the 4th or 5th one.
He's got a 1 in 20 shot.
He bites you.
Click it. Click it, click it, click it.
There you go. He takes a step and vanishes. That will be the end of his turn. Core?
Yep. Yep, yep. All right.
You never saw Nita, but you heard him say that you would come get healing from him in a voice that sounded somewhere over here.
1. There he is. Let's see. Is it an action to touch him?
Yeah.
'Cause I think haste, the last thing has to be a strike, or is it just 4th action?
You just get 4 actions.
All right. Before I go running, all right, yeah. I'm going to try to touch him, smack him in the face. High 5.
As you're running by, just smack. 'Cause.
So you get 4d10 hit points.
4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit points. 4d10 hit poin
Wow, nice.
That's 2. I think that's him over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just do a sudden charge. Make sure I got him selected first. Quick, come on, come to me.
You hit.
Ooh,
That's some decent
nice.
damage.
That's nice.
All right.
And he gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Let's see if I can keep that 24. Oof. Okay. Okay. Okay.
A net heal of
Well,
-4.
let's go.
Hey, if you hadn't gotten healed, you'd probably be hurt worse.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Mo, your turn.
I don't want to. I don't have to lose an action for this, but I yell as I'm shooting my first shot. You had to get in my way. So, I don't actually have the ability for. I want to do True Strike for my first strike,
All right.
but I don't know the. I don't have anywhere where I can look up the information.
It's under your
on it.
items.
I did not
You just
see
want
it.
the
When I
the
click the
verbiage?
item, it's just the regular verbiage.
Oh, hold on. Let me give it to your character then. Hold on. That'll be the easiest way. We just got to make sure you remember you can't use it except for from your bow.
Once a day. Yeah.
More if you use your charm on your bow. If you cast your charm, if you get rid of your charm for the day, you could then do it twice with your bow.
I very rarely use charm.
Yeah, it just depends if you don't want to use your charm.
Yeah. Okay. Where does that pop up at?
Feeling that. Is her Eve's +1 still going?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now you have True Strike.
Where does that show up at? Features?
If you go up top, it'll show your spells.
Yeah, probably a spell.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So just click that spell first, so you see what it says down on the side.
Yeah. Is there a way to put it in the chat?
If you just click it, it'll go in chat.
Yeah, I'm clicking it. It's only opening it. Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
I actually clicked the box. Okay. All right.
All right, so he no longer gets any penalties for having Core in front of him.
Sweet.
Make sure you target him.
Yeah, I always forget that because he's moving around a lot. I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
You hit.
Hey, that's a better damage.
That is a better damage.
Going with a second hit. Duck! Wow, I missed with
Thought
the.
it was a chicken.
Oh, I missed with the 17. Dang.
Wait, is that with her +1?
Yeah, you get +1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was a hit by 0.
Oh,
Good job.
woo!
Good job.
Way to remember stuffs.
It also should have got a +1 to the damage as well.
So that would be 2 extra, correct? For both hits?
I'll just do the +2 to it.
Alright.
Or should I say -2? All right.
Okay. If I were to light a torch and drop it, is that all one action? Like pull out my ever burning torch and drop it, is that one action? Or would I have to put my bow up, grab the torch? Because I wanted to have a light in the center of the room, basically, is what my idea is. To kind of help everybody see where he's moving.
You can do that, but it would take an action just to pull it out.
Yeah, that's what my thought was. Alright, so I'll use my last action to pull it out. And then I guess I'll burn another action the next time to drop it.
Okay.
You gotta light it next time, or
Well, he can light it by command real quick.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
The
okay.
lighting is a free action.
Yeah.
And then the
Drop
action will be to put it where he wants it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull it out and light it, and then on the start of my next turn, I'm gonna drop it because I don't want to take another shot with Core's head being right there. Try not to shoot anybody this this session.
Getting real
Good
tired.
mom,
Tapping all the way across the room.
All right, Hatala.
Well, it's an ever burning torch, so it doesn't actually have heat. It's kind of like Core's
going to activate
Elijah's mute button.
Hey,
Since your dad is double
Echoing.
speaking. Yeah.
this.
Thank you, Seth.
How do I make it go? Go to the thing.
What are you trying to
I'm gonna
do?
Gingerly
activate my
coerce
bracelets
it.
of. I'm activating my bracelets of dashing, which gives me a 10-foot status bonus for 1 minute.
Okay, so for 10 rounds.
And it gives me. Oh wait, automatic. Never mind. That's already done. So I can go 10 feet more. All right. So.
Oh, also, how's my raptor doing? Is he still unconscious?
Does he get attack of opportunity?
He already hit me.
He does not.
All right. So I activated it, and then I had to move twice to get there. Crap. That's the end of my turn.
But now he's flat-footed again.
Yeah, that was kind of the help everybody else. I get flat-footed anyway, but
Winky?
okay.
So he's got a -2 to his AC now, right? Because he's in the zone and he's flat-footed.
because he's flat-footed.
Well,
They
he's
say it's a
flat-footed, but he's also in the
-3.
zone, right?
No, y'all get a plus to hit. He doesn't get a minus.
I thought it was a.
Well, I mean, overall, if we get a +1 and he gets a -2, it's like 3.
Yeah, so it's a total of 3 now.
Okay.
Oh, because of the blast?
Uh-huh.
Or
So
not the
Yeah.
blast,
The zone.
circle.
Yeah.
Zone! You're in the zone, man. That's not a good thing for you. It's a
I'm
good
gonna
thing for
go
us.
right here and get healed because I need it.
All right, so you get
That's
48.
still on.
So 4d8 for you.
Mhm.
Do you know how to do that, Elijah?
40. So I roll 48.
Yep.
Mhm.
2 good ones, 2 not so good ones.
I hit heal, right?
Yes.
Correct.
No, take the damage.
Okay. Now, am I able to sudden charge him again?
Well, that was 2 actions for that.
Okay.
If you wanted to use sudden charge, you're gonna have to wait till next round. Or you could run up to him.
Move right there, and then in my turn.
All right. Eve.
Um, I swear if this dude moves, I lose my mind.
Up in here, up
And
in
then
here.
I don't know their actions.
That's his
So,
MO.
Mhm.
Beat it.
VE.
Alrighty. I am going to casually step up to Mo and say, "Here, man, I got this." And I'm going to cast.
Got what?
I'm gonna cast Dancing Lights. Move out of the way. Can't touch. I couldn't click what I wanted to click. And I'm gonna send the dancing lights out to the corners of the room.
Because I think that's how he's moving.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
What? We agree on something?
Yeah, I mean, we all know Hatala's useless.
Wait. I didn't say that.
I thought you said you agreed with me. Can't back up now.
Sorry.
All right, what's the damage, Charles? Did we all blow up?
He's got to roll a few dice first.
Yeah. This table is very complicated. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Oh, great.
Oh, fun.
It's not 4 dancing lights, it's 4 fireballs that land right on top of you.
That all deploy at you.
Well, they could all go off in the corners of the room,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure all 4 would hit us.
I know that one would get you and Core and probably Winky, maybe Eve.
Why are we talking? Why are we giving ideas here? Y'all, everybody shut up.
Turns the boss into a chicken.
Yes. Yeah, it turns everybody within the light into a chicken.
Just one giant cockfight after that. Everyone's scratching each other,
Mhm.
pecking.
Yeah, no.
Run into the shadows. He'd be like, what?
GM's over here running an illegal fighting ring.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this anymore. I used to do this. Okay, you cast the spell, and as the lights begin to materialize at where you wanted them to, they then come back together and coalesce, and there's now a spectral horse standing next to you.
Hi ho, Silver. I'm gonna jump on the horse.
It's a spectral horse.
He lands
All
flat
right,
up.
you're sitting on the horse perfectly.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought he was going to land on his butt, go straight to the
Does,
horse.
does the horse have its own movement?
Yes. It's a horse. It's just
Okay.
not a living horse.
Okay.
And everybody in the room is looking at him going, "Why would you do that?"
And I'm gonna play it off like it was completely my intention the whole time.
Actual horse, a
Would-
light source.
You
Yeah.
now have a phantom steed.
Okay. Just for action economy, can I command the horse to move and save my action until it moves, and then
Spend an
attack?
action to make a move.
Okay. All right.
Since you don't have training, you have to waste all your actions for that.
Okay. I want to like charge at the thing with the horse.
You've already moved all your actions up.
Yeah, you're right.
You moved, you spoke, and you cast a spell. So technically, you shouldn't have done all of them. But
All right. So
I figured the "I've got this" was just flavor, not you actually making a comment. So I
right,
didn't use an action for it.
that works. All right, turns over then.
Yeah, that's why I have to specifically say, as I'm pulling my bow back, go, "Why'd you get in my way?" As I'm letting go. just brain thoughts spilling through my tongue hole.
What?
What?
You have a tongue
What?
hole? You might want to get that fixed.
He should get it licked.
Nah.
It hurt me to say it, but I had to say it.
Good dad joke.
Everyone takes 5 psychic damage.
It strikes you with its horns, Core.
Right. I
27 damage.
take half. I can do this. Hold on to what you got.
It turns and steps through the shadows again. This time you notice it didn't use shadows. A door opened up as it stepped through.
Hmm.
Previously, you did see it step through the shadows, but this time a little door opened up and it stepped through.
Okay.
If you want, you can make an Arcana check to figure out what it's doing.
Yes, please.
Do I have to use my turn to do that, or is that
No.
just a free action?
Anyone can use an Arcana check to try to figure out what it's doing.
Where are skills?
Akar
Roll.
and Core are the only two that figured out what it's doing. It's actually using the spell Dimensional Door.
Oh, I heard this
It
one
appears
in
to be
another.
doing it at will.
I heard about this one.
Why would it do it at will? And why does it work? Because it's demonic, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
divine.
I
works.
don't know this, y'all. You have to ignore. You have to strike everything I said
Yeah.
from the record because I
But
don't
remember,
know anything.
it's not actually magic, it's an innate ability of the demon that
Yeah.
uses the effect of a spell.
Yeah. Little stinker.
Alright, and that is its turn. Core?
Man. So part of me wants to try to use hold the door to hold the dimensional door open. And then try to I don't want to walk would it be a step to a step next to him, or would it be an actual like triggering opportunity attack? Though I don't even know if that would work. My first
Hold the
thought though
door,
was
the spell that you have for keeping portals open,
right.
that wouldn't work on what he's doing.
I'm just
Actually, I'm going to give you a high-low for it to work on it. High or low?
I'm gonna go high.
Too bad.
All right.
Those
Might
high
as well
lows.
just
Count
stop
that as
giving us that because we always pick the
Yeah,
wrong one.
yeah. It never likes us.
Right. Count that off. All right. Dang it.
Honestly,
I'm
a
going
coin flip
to.
would give us better chances.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a coin flip. So I want to move this out of the way. I'm going to reach in my bag, grab a healing potion, wherever
Offer
that's
the
at.
demon a dwarven bride. It won't matter. Thanks, G. Imagine
I'm
that.
gonna use this.
That's funny.
Did I go into the chat? Yes. Use it, heal a little bit, and I'm gonna take out my second um, axe, a hatchet, and that'll be
Alright.
it. Can I? What is that? Is that how many? How many was the spell? Or what action economy? I'm basically just gonna step to Eve if I have the extra action.
You don't have any actions left if you actually pulled out a potion, drank it, and then pulled out a weapon.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
A car?
All right, I'm going to burn my charm and use that as an additional true strike. Or, yeah.
No. Just say you did it for the day already. Because it takes 10 minutes to do that.
Okay.
You just did it this morning when you got up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't ever use charm.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I was just
You
saying
can see
that.
him.
Oh yeah, I can get a good shot on him for sure.
Make sure you target him. But
I
it is-
didn't. I didn't. Dang it! I probably missed anyway.
And you did miss,
Yeah.
even with the +1.
Yep. All right.
Nice
Nice
try.
try. I didn't shoot anybody else. All right.
At
Going
least
for a
we're
second
not.
shot. I haven't targeted this
Oh.
time. Oh!
That's right. That's right.
Crit. Gotta love it.
No.
Say what?
Roll a d20.
Ooh, I gotta move that out of me. Eh.
All right, so it's just a crit. So roll your double damage.
Oh, come on, one. You couldn't stay on that 6?
No.
20 damage. Whoop, whoop.
All right,
And oh, yeah,
and you can tell he's hurt.
that would be all my actions because I would have dropped my torch as my first action. I forgot about
Yes.
that. Yeah,
You'd specified that earlier. So
yeah.
Matala.
Uh, he's all the way in the other corner of the room. Okay.
Y'all getting tired
Uh,
yet? I haven't moved once.
I'm gonna drop my rapier and my dagger, and I'm gonna pull out my sling staff. Would he be considered Titan against me?
No.
That's gonna be a problem.
Bum, bum, bum.
I think I only have it set up for Titan for some reason, or maybe I only have that one stuck.
You have the Titan
There's
equipped
the-
right now.
oh,
Just equip the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just put it on. Yeah. I think it's not toggling.
It's equipped. It shows it.
Oh, but it like did it later.
Yeah.
But there was a delay. Yeah, I think that's within range. Although, let's see, drop, pick up, load. So I can do one attack.
It's 100 feet. What's the range?
Alright, that's within range. Well, the range should be 120. Let me double check before I just go from memory.
Does it show the range? It's 80-foot range increment, so that's a
That says
-2 to
range
hit.
increment, 80 feet? What does that mean?
80 feet is no penalty. 160 feet is -2. 240 feet is
Can't hear
minus
you. What did you say?
4.
You take a penalty based on how many increments of 80. 80 is
You're
0.
going in and out, but it might be me. I just can't.
I think it's you because I hear everyone else just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that increment is how within that range is no penalty, and beyond that range, depending on how many times you go up to that range, the penalty gets higher. So you could shoot 1,000 feet. There'd be a big penalty for it. You can't hear me at all? Can anyone else hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'll type it for you.
They're looking frozen. Either that or Kylie's scratching her eyebrow for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, they look frozen.
Just want to let the chat know that the cameras might go a little wonky for a while till we get them back. Yeah, there it is.
Hey. You gotta do the circles. There we go.
Whoa, that's trippy. My hand's moving in the opposite direction because I'm looking at the Discord.
Say take the shot, it's gonna take the shot.
Take the shot.
Take it!
Because you're getting a +1 to hit from where you are, and then a -2 because of the range.
We may have already established this, but does the entity have to be within the circle, or just the people attacking the entity have to be within the circle?
The people.
Right.
Okay, just for clarification.
I can hear y'all now, right now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Now I can't.
Maybe
Oh.
everything's right again.
I hear you now.
Did y'all go ahead and have her do actions, or
No. We waited on you.
No.
It's you.
can I take the shot from here, or do I need to move closer?
It's just a -2 penalty once you get over 80 feet.
Which would actually be a -1, right? Because he gets a +1 to his attack.
Right. With the +1 and the -2, it's just a -1.
So you good.
I'm
Take
gonna
the shot.
go for it this time, and if it doesn't work, I'll move closer. Nope, that's the wrong thing, Derek.
You got this, Atala.
Just reading the
Ooh.
chat.
Mm.
All right, Nadab, you're up for the Dwarven Bride.
Yep.
All right.
You hit.
How many times did it post? I can't hear you. I
So-
only typed that once.
So that'll be plan B. That'll be plan B if we can't beat this guy.
We're just going with that as plan A.
Yeah.
Let's see
I'm
the
gonna start
outcome.
I'm gonna start hiking my pants up so you can see my ankles.
And do I get an extra 1d6 for my sly strike skill for that?
Uh-oh, now I'm losing connection.
There's the sneak attack in it.
Oh, I did do it with sneak attack. Well, I guess it keeps it that. Yeah. I get it anyway, right?
All right.
Oh,
So that was an
that'd
act.
be that's the end of my turn because I had to pull it
Yeah, you
out,
have to pull it
load
out,
it,
pull out
and
ammo, and then swing it.
Yep.
Winky? You can barely see it. But he's not paying attention at all, so.
Even the camera's like, yeah, he's not even here. It's like, I'm just going to hide him in the background.
So you going to actually do something, or are we just going to set you on fire? Because you're hiding in that fireplace.
Oh, he's muted though.
Because it doesn't say it's my turn.
It does say it's your turn.
You might have to reload. I just had to reload.
Yeah, I think y'all
I
had
can't
some...
reload. It won't let me. I have to close
Try
the
Alt F4.
browser.
Sometimes that works.
I'm closing the browser. Chill out. Chill.
Ooh, chill. Just go back to flirting with the demon.
You're the one that was hugging it and trying to slow dance it.
Oh, now I know he doesn't like that. He prefers
It
dwarves.
won't let me get in. I closed the browser. Now it won't let me go in.
Hold
Yeah.
on, it still says you're in, so let me boot you out. We've had this once before.
Yeah, thanks to our thanks to one of our chat members, we now know that he likes dwarven brides, male or female. It doesn't matter.
Winky, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Seriously, it won't let me do it.
This Twitch stream is sponsored by Mars, including Snickers bars.
You're not seeing the chat on Twitch, are you?
Can you still not get in, Winky?
Come on,
Grandpa says
rebooting
you need
again.
a
You're not yourself,
Snickers bar.
Wiki. You're not yourself. You need.
Can
It still won't let me go in.
It's not. It says you're being kicked, but it's not actually removing you. Winky has been kicked from the world, but it still shows him in the list.
Can he join back in?
Dude, don't break the table.
Calm down. It takes wherewithal and reasoning to solve situations like this, not anger
Coming in now, Winky.
or frustration.
I wonder about the origins of that saying.
What's
It
that?
still
Where
won't
was
let me in.
Wherewithal? Yeah. I bet you it's some like English.
I think
Probably
you
like-
still have a window in the background that's running somewhere.
Maybe
That's keeping
English
you connected.
or Netherlands, I would think. I thought you were talking about all that I said. I was like, what? I just made that up. Is that a saying for real?
Right. Yeah, it won't let me in. The window's closed. Maybe if I
Check your browse. Check to see what else is running to see if you have one in the background that hasn't closed out yet. A process still running.
Yeah.
thank you.
Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete will bring up your task manager. See if there's anything that might be hanging it up.
That's what I'm doing. It doesn't look like there's anything in my browser in here.
No iExplorer. Is there any iExplorer? What browser are you using? Firefox.
Firefox. Firefox, yeah.
Does it say Firefox is running in your details?
No, hold on. Actually, if I go back here. No. Okay, view detail. No, it just says Discord is running. That's the only thing I'm running.
Okay. I can't boot you out.
Yeah, and I think I can't do anything.
You might need to restart your machine, but that's going to mess everything up if you did that.
Yeah, it's gonna mess up my machine.
Well, it's going to mess up the stream too.
Just for a few seconds.
I don't want to turn my machine off because
He has a hard time getting it to be on and stay
because
on.
it won't be just a few seconds, Dad, if I want to play.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, now it shows you're not on.
I didn't think about it when I said it.
Try coming in now.
Oh no, now everything's cutting out.
Is it a Forge issue? Because it just told me I was having connection problems.
There may be something with Forge tonight. Because for some reason I just got a weather update too.
It's definitely on me.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. So chat, while we're
My
figuring all
Wi-Fi's
this,
being weird now too. So
I'm not even seeing Winky as a user in the world. It's still showing Kairos and all them.
can
I'm gonna have to go to the users, and this may boot all y'all out for the world. So
well, we could probably refresh though. So how's everybody doing in the chat tonight? I see Grandpa Kilcher jumped in. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, Winky needs a Snickers bar.
Yep, there we go.
yeah, Winky's actually grayed out.
Actually, I'm grayed out as well.
So yeah, I just noticed that too.
Oh, I got kicked. Do.
Oh, Corey, you're still logged. It still shows you and Winky logged in right now.
Fresh. All right, I'm not
So Corey, can you not get back in?
trying. It was grayed out a second ago. I'm closing the browser and restarting it.
Because it still shows you logged in. That's the problem. You're like that, and Needup's in here too, or did Needup already come back in?
I just came back in.
I'm coming back in now.
It gave me some weird error with settings though.
No, I'm grayed out. It says Mo's grayed out, the depth is grayed out, Winky's grayed out.
Let me try kicking you, Core.
Okay.
Says Core has been kicked, but you're still connected.
I'm weird, so I'm gonna stop trying a little bit. I work with Foundry.
I think. Let me check online to see if Foundry's having problems.
If it is, it just happened.
Yeah.
Can we say that it cut to black and we all killed the monster?
There's a glitch in the matrix, and the monster disappeared.
Wait, didn't he move there before? Deja vu.
Wasn't deja vu a glitch in the matrix?
Hey, he
No,
got
the
the
fact that he's
reference.
seeing something double,
he
which
got
is deja vu.
he got the reference. It's
I've
where,
seen the Matrix.
that's what I was saying. It was yeah, oh, deja vu, because the depth said it was a glitch in the Matrix, and that was the deja vu when the Smiths would come in or not Smiths at the time, but the Matrix.
It just means they changed something.
Yeah. But
The
it was
program essentially rebooted for a few seconds.
yeah, it was a glitch in the Matrix. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I made that comment. Not bad though. Not bad. Took you a little bit, but not bad.
I can jump in.
I'm not seeing any issues. Yeah, it now shows Core and Winky are not offline finally.
Yay.
Hey. Maybe it just had a hiccup or something.
I'm still grayed out though.
Yeah, you're not in the player list anymore.
Huh.
Okay, I'm about to go to
Mine's
that
acting funny
configuration
too. Like
again.
the whole screen is black.
All right, I'm going to go to configuration again. It's going to boot everyone out.
All right.
Okay.
Ah, you lost your role somehow, Core. That's why you weren't in there.
They threw it
It
too
said
hard.
you were not a player.
It's too strong. Always trying to
No,
hold me down.
get rid of him. He's too strong.
What dimension did he dimension door 2? Did he?
Right?
Now it shows you're logged in again.
Alright. No. It
Winky's
won't
not
let me.
in. Core, you're already in, is the thing, is what it says.
I don't know what to tell you. I can try streaming.
Try a different browser.
Let me use that. So now let me.
Okay, I can get it.
Yeah, it's still grayed out. Alright, new. So control
Can
copy.
Winky get in?
Uh,
It said I successfully joined.
I see you.
Ow.
Can you do your actions? Do you see him?
No, my screen is grayed. It is loading.
Ah. They do not have any
And my wife
official
and our
posting
Wi-Fi is pretty
issues
bad for
tonight.
right now, so you sound like a robot.
hmm.
It looks like you're still trying to connect, though. Because the only ones I see here are Hatala and Mo.
Oh, got into it.
Oh, there you are. I see you.
User Winky lacks permission to update system.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, the same thing.
It's my turn. So should I do
Can you
my
try
stuff or
moving?
do we need to wait?
Go ahead and go if you can.
I didn't want to do that, so I'm gonna move back.
You were one more over.
Okay.
There you go. Alright, you see him down there?
Yep.
Well, you can do that
If I
7
go
again.
from here,
It'll take 3 actions, but you can go all the way there and say that your last 2 actions were doing sudden charge.
okay. I'm gonna do that. Hold on. I
Because
have
as
to
long
move
as the
my.
total distance would be less than 90 feet for you, then that would work.
Not very sudden though. It's taken like 30 minutes.
Alright, you hit.
Terrible.
And you did 20 damage.
I've
And it
done like
killed him.
50 damage.
What?
I killed him?
Yep. And it automatically did the killing thing now.
That's nice.
Get him!
I did like 60 damage to him throughout the fight.
When you hit him with that last swing, he says, "Ah, finally," and then vanished in a puff of smoke.
Oh, we don't get to skin him.
He wasn't here.
Oh. Did he drop anything?
He was a bound demon, not
Yeah,
Dust of
drop
our-
the dust
crossed
of
over
our
demon.
Oh,
I'll look at
ever
Eve.
skin a demon.
Eve, was that the demon from your dream?
This is demon from the nightmares.
It was not.
In the background of the morgue.
I don't think so.
The one from your dreams, the only thing you
If
remember about
my-
him was he looked like a normal person, just with demonic features. He was basically...
My forge is
we,
not
uh,
working, but
Oh, can you not hear me?
okay,
It's a-
now I can hear you.
Okay, the one from your dreams is basically like a very attractive man with some horns.
Okay.
So is Core's soul back where it's supposed to be?
Yes, that killing him returned the hold from Core.
Yeah.
When he died, you heard a gonging sound ringing throughout the citadel.
And now all of... Wait a second. I don't remember the line.
Uh-oh.
All of China knows we're here. That's it.
But that was a fire.
Is it-
Now all of China knows you're here.
Hey, you guys want to?
Well, what,
You guys
if I
want a
heard
present?
correctly, he said finally as he was dispersed.
He was bound to this place.
Yeah, maybe he
We
was
fought
like,
a demon before and they had the same reaction when we killed him.
oh, okay. So he wanted to leave this place. Apparently, he wanted a good battle, I guess.
I could use healing.
When the demon died, everything lit up brighter. The fireplaces roared into more life.
Hey, Core, if you pull my finger, it'll give you healing.
I have no access to forge at the moment.
Oh.
Can you pull your own finger for me?
Yeah, I really wanted to
Can I do a burst heal if I pull my finger?
everyone.
So, with that sound, you can hear in the next room the sound of heavy stone on stone.
Does it sound like a door sliding out of place?
No, it sounds like something in the next room is woken up.
Like a coffin lid sliding off?
Hold on. Core, can you try connecting now?
Yes, I think it's gonna let me do it.
Yeah, because I just noticed you were no longer showed as playing.
Yeah. You just have to give up all hope. That's where it brings you to. Once you finally give up, it'll let you back
You're
in.
not connected right now at all.
So going on, out on a limb, is it like what Core said, a coffin lid sliding off, or is it more like a stone golem sliding his arms to stand up?
Sounds more like that.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
I could use healing before this next fight. And if it's made of stone, it's probably blunt weapons.
Eve, do you need to reconnect? Because you need to refresh. You're not connected.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to sign in right now.
No problem.
We're gonna tell him to wait because we need to take a nap and get all of our spell slots and everything back. hold
Only
on,
one
hold on. We gotta
character is
sleep.
allowed to connect for each 10-minute time window.
Hey, there's an E.
Okay, it's still
Your screen hasn't loaded yet.
it's just gray on my screen though.
Yeah, it hasn't loaded the map yet for you.
Yeah. But I was doing that earlier, so for a long time.
It was probably when we were doing the back and forth it messed you up and logged you out.
Yeah, probably.
I do think they're having some network issues tonight, but it's not like a previous night where nobody could log in.
Yeah, it's probably not like system wide either. It's probably just kind of like little things here and there making it wonky. Because I would think that they would send out something if it was system wide. One of those.
They don't send out anything. No.
Well, I mean, like a big situation, people would be like, "Hey,
Oh,
I'm
God
having
damn.
this issue. I'm having this issue. This is
Last
That's
week,
disgusting.
the time we had that problem, they were having a server-wide login credential issue. It had something to do with their data offsite data storage,
Yeah.
and all they did was post it on their Discord that they were having a connection issue.
How many people are actually working on this? I wouldn't.
I don't know.
I wouldn't imagine too many people. It don't really take. I wouldn't think it would take too many people to. I guess keep it.
I mean,
up
they
and
might
running.
not. Forge might not be the only thing they're hosting.
True, true. That's true.
They're doing a server farm.
Well, what I was getting at is I've played games where it was like one dev. He was the only person that ever updated or did anything. But whenever there was an issue, he was like on it. Like it's like, dude, what else do you do? Like, is this your only thing? But that was like pre alpha stuff.
We'll make a comment to Hitala. He made me a new healing potion. Seem to be one shy now.
I'm a little upset though, guys. I just want to tell you, I never got to throw my holy water. He never got close enough to me.
You just can't be pleased. You don't shoot any of us. You hit the guy several times.
I bet I really wanted to test out the holy water.
Okay, so I still don't see Eve on the map. And Eve's not even connected anymore. And she's frozen again. Oh, she's moving. Okay.
She's back.
We're
She's
having
not.
Wi-Fi problems here, so
Eve, do you want me to use your ability to treat somebody?
Blake, once for yes, two for no.
Yeah. Just heal people.
All right. I will do your treatment first.
Y'all gonna have to say what I roll out loud, because it loaded.
Yay!
Hey, I see you. You still don't have the map yet.
Finally. It's in there.
I just want to tell everybody in the chat that Core he did his job well. He took most of the damage for everybody. He did well as his frontline man job, and he deserves a medal.
Man job, is that what it is? Frontline man job?
Frontline man job. He deserves a medal. Tell you what, next Fire Titan stone we find, it's all yours, buddy. It's all yours.
It was gonna be his anyway.
Shh.
hey, I killed the thing. Why does he get all the medals?
Do you see how much damage he took? And he took healing in the middle of it?
So?
Well, the guy was attacking Core and not anybody else hardly, so that gave you opportunity to
But Core
attack.
was the one who grabbed onto him.
Yeah, he selfishly sacrificed his self and his hit points to make it better for everybody else in the party. That right there
But
deserves
then
a
he
medal.
But then he flirted with the creature.
Okay.
That's how we were able to attack.
Yeah.
Core and Winky, you both get healed for 32 hit points by Eve's treat wounds.
Dang.
You critically succeeded.
Hey.
Go,
War
Ninja,
gets
go,
half
Good job,
Ninja,
Eve.
go.
better.
Good
I
job.
get the
All right,
other half.
Winky is almost fully healed. Core is at barely above half. And Eve is
How
still
much health?
seriously hurt.
How
Yeah,
much
I'm
health
like
does Core have?
rough.
All right, you do not have enough time to treat Eve's wounds, so you're gonna have to use magic on Eve.
Yeah, I don't have time to do.
I was gonna say we could take the healing wand.
I
maybe,
still
and
have
try-
2 heals on me, by the way. 44 or 46 and a 44.
But if we have time to save the magic.
So yeah, Eve, you want to touch Nina to get a 46?
Oh, that's right.
Well, hey,
Just crack him in the face.
I do have 2 fairy. I do have 2 feather tokens if y'all want to eat the berries because it only lasts for so long.
So Eve, do you want to get the 4d6 from Nita?
Yeah. I got logged out of Forge.
Again.
14, not very good.
You slap me again and get another 44, and then it'll be done.
So you gonna do that too?
Sure.
So a total of 24 healing to Eve.
And that's everybody's healing spells right now, currently, right?
No, I still have a healing that I can do.
Eve is still, she's above half now, but both Eve and Core need healing now.
All right, I'm gonna throw down one of these fairy tokens for the holly bush, and have them eat the berries off the bush.
Is it gonna put it in chat?
Yeah, right there.
There it is.
Yeah.
In addition, the bush has 2d4 bright red berries.
Slice of cheese.
Cheese
So,
for your whining.
do I roll 2 d4s?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think you've ever heard of it.
So it's 6 hit points to whoever wants it.
Whining. Yes, some cheese.
And then to remove it from my inventory, I can just hit the delete button.
Yeah.
All right, I got 1 left, guys.
All right. So Eve is at 3/4 of her health. Core is at just above half. He's either going to need a potion or a healing spell.
I can use this last bush. Or an adept. Do you want to get
But it won't do that much.
Yeah.
Those are more for emergency.
Yeah, I kind of felt like this was emergency because they're running out and there's something big coming. So I was like,
Which action did you do, Eve?
I guess I can do the 3 action because then
Okay.
I get healing. So
All right.
I don't remember what that is.
okay, good, because I wanted to save this last one for sure.
10.
Are you casting it at max level or at a lower level? I'm guessing max level.
It's level. Well, I was doing it at level 2 because.
Well, you get free ones every day for up to your max level.
Yeah. So I'll just do that one.
Okay. So heightened, it goes up by 1d8, so that is 4d8.
But D10s because.
4d10s. So everyone gets 19 if they need it.
Not bad. Good job, Eve. Coming in clutch.
All right. Core's the only one with any damage left. Wait, Eve's got a tiny amount of damage, but she's good, relatively speaking.
Eve, did you count in your bracelet?
Mm-mm. I keep forgetting about that one. I think I would have got some for that sanctified ground too.
Hey guys, guess what?
Oh yeah, you would. What
Now
did
you
you,
see me?
I thought it was attack rolls, damage rolls, and what?
Okay. So are y'all going to go on, or are you going to do something about core?
You
Eve
press on.
Eve can take 10 more minutes to try to heal you up. It's somebody you might get interrupted by if you keep staying here too long, because there is noises in the other room.
Yeah, and I want to hold on to this last berry bush for emergencies.
That's up to you, Core.
Let's press and at least find out what we're up against.
Okay.
All right. There's a door in front of you, a big double door. What do you do?
Whoa.
We probably take about 45 minutes to open the unlock.
Let's do the rest of the session.
I'm gonna jump up there and check it for traps.
All right, make your roll.
Why is my thievery only +3?
Mama wants you.
My base modifier is untyped. I don't know. I should have more than a +3 to thievery.
Mama wants you.
Is it showing untrained?
Your thievery is a +13.
Yeah, but on my screen when I go to click it, it only says +3. And then when I brought up, it says the base modifier is untyped. Dexterity, ability, adds
What are
some
you talking about?
+3.
Are you talking about the skill up top where it says thievery?
Yeah, like if you go to your quick bar, it says +3. Like, I mean, I'll roll it and show you that it's only a +3 on my screen.
Is your Velociraptor?
Yeah, you had the wrong token selected.
Dang it.
I don't think you want to check traps with your Velociraptor.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh wait, did he wake up? Yeah, he's woken up now. Okay.
All right,
Yeah, he woke up during the fight.
that makes sense.
Obviously, it woke up to check for traps.
Did you give him a piece of cheese?
I forget to swap back and forth between those tokens. That's
All
one.
right.
That's one of my down. Yeah.
You do not think there's a trap, but you do think it's locked.
Okay. Guess I'll try the lock then.
You managed to pick the lock.
Sweet.
Good job, a car.
Like that, Hatala? Is that how you're supposed to do it? I'm getting better.
You are getting better.
I'm not
All
dead
right, be there in a
yet.
second. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
What do y'all do?
Shove a car through the door
Mm-hmm.
while he's not here.
Can we use Mage Hand to use his hand to open the door?
No.
I say let Winky go first. He's got more
I mean,
help.
it's a double door. It's pretty big. Mage Hand's not very strong.
Correct.
Let's wait. First, before we open the door, let's not all be standing in front of the door. So in case of, some giant stream of fire comes out.
Why specifically fire?
It was just an example. I feel like we've done this before. And I feel like it was fire.
So Winky, you're gonna go through the door like they asked?
After we discuss fire coming at us.
Dude.
Yep.
You come into a darkened hallway.
What you see?
I can't see anything.
I too will move inside the door with Winky.
Yes.
Oh, I can
You
see.
can-
There's
You
another
can
door.
see the hallway The rug is in better condition, but it goes to another double door.
Hey, Cora, can I get your lantern?
Well, I can't move in the door. Oh, there we go. It let me in.
Whoop, there we go.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here.
Come on, everyone.
Can I get like a lantern or a torch or something? I'm gonna open. Wait, no, I'm not gonna open this door.
Hey, before y'all move too far or too whatever, I want to just take a look around the room, see if there's any traps.
Okay.
Oh, they're already all the way across the room, so. Winky, stay where you were. Hatala, you do not notice any traps, but they're already wandering around the room, so you're fairly certain you were correct.
All right.
Look at this door before we walk through it, though.
What?
Can you look at this door before anybody walks through it?
I'm looking at it.
No, look. See if it has traps. I didn't mean to open it. Sorry.
Who knows? It obviously doesn't have traps. You just opened it.
Didn't mean to open it. It didn't open. I was trying to ping it. I didn't mean to open it.
I can't move. Nope. Can't move. Maybe there's a wall there. Nope.
I can move you just fine.
I
There, now
can
you-
move.
You're checking for traps.
Yep.
This door is not trapped, and it is not locked.
Which explains why Winky was over here opening and closing it. That makes sense.
I didn't.
He did
I
not.
heard the door open.
He was trying to
Heard
ping. He clicked in the wrong spot.
I know. I'm messing.
So what do you do?
Open that door.
Okay, yeah, let's go soup.
In front of you, you see a massive stone golem.
Is it
standing in the
alive?
room.
Is it alive?
It's a stone golem. It was never alive.
Is it animated?
It's standing at attention.
How big is the door compared to the golem?
It can fit through.
It could.
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
My suggestion would be let a car shoot it in its head, and Winky, you get a surprise attack as it comes through the
or
door.
since it's
Is it
sto-
facing us?
hold on. Or since it's a stone golem, why can't need to use his elemental thing to like make it melt? Cause it's stone.
Can I meld into stone and put myself inside of the golem and take control of it?
No.
Oh,
Not
come
to mention
on.
it'd be immune to most any form of magic based on stone because
Yeah.
it's literally
stone.
living stone.
Yeah. That's the theory that I was going with.
Well, I don't think we should get into another fight because it's almost 10. It's almost 9 o'clock.
It's 8:48.
Dude, we got plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
We're good. I drank
I
coffee.
mean,
I'm
that-
good.
And if
that
you
other
stay in
fight
that
turned-
hallway, you're going to be fighting a giant golem in close quarters.
Okay, should we go in?
Yes.
Go ahead, Leroy.
Winky, charge!
He just paused it as soon as I started to want to go in. I was gonna move in there.
We're getting into initiative.
You're initiative.
I move in now. Oh, y'all rolling perception?
No, we're not rolling perception checks. We're rolling initiative checks. Perception is the
Oh,
skill it uses.
Sorry.
Not for me.
Right.
I rolled the same thing, so I'm good.
Good thing Eve's
Dang
going
it.
first.
Stand there. And
Say
Eve?
you wait till after I go.
You can't say anything, so she's got to decide what she's going to wait for if she's going to wait.
Bro. I literally hate going first.
But that's why you can hold your action until.
So I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait till my good old buddy Neetup does something.
Okay.
Needip is in the middle, so I get to go first.
So, Wiki?
It's my turn. So, does the guy know we're here?
Oh, yeah. He's been waiting for y'all.
You said the middle of the room, right?
Yeah, that's where you saw him.
It's just paused. I can't move.
Oh, sorry.
I don't see the stone golem.
Hold on, I have it invisible. I had to remove Core's enfeeblement because the demon died. Alright, so Winky, do you see him?
Yeah.
He's standing in the shadowiest part of the room.
But should I attack him?
Nobody can answer you right now. You gotta make your own decision.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm gonna use sudden charge.
Alright.
I'm gonna hit him.
Make sure you target him.
Crap.
You,
Never mind.
Nice.
but you nat 20, so roll again.
Come on, nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Need
D20.
3 nat 20s.
Yep.
Come on.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on a second. You don't have control, do you?
What do you mean?
Oh, you do have Elementalist,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have
I also got
control.
some. Yes, I do.
No, you don't have the control that the others have.
Right.
But it would be
The
lightning.
creation power?
Yeah.
It's the like level 2 version.
Come on. How did you get level 2 version? No one told me there was a level 2 version.
There's like a level 6 version. There's a whole
I
archetype.
didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure we've discussed it at length, on and off the stream.
That doesn't mean he paid attention.
Okay, so roll your critical damage.
That's my point.
Like what?
Roll your damage.
Okay. Critical?
Yeah.
Those were the worst rolls I've ever rolled. And now what?
All right. The electrical damage did not happen. So that was actually a 32.
The electrical damage, so it's a 32? Okay.
She has resistance.
But what about my
'Cause
elemental?
He's a giant rock. He's
Yeah.
already
Not
down.
having
He's immune
normal
to
spot.
any form of magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you did 32.
Gotcha.
All right, so that was all 3 of your actions.
Yep.
How far is it back?
Need it?
All right, I'm gonna be honest and say that I forgot to pick up my axe. So I'm going to burn all 3 of my actions to move 90 feet back in the other room to get my stuff. Yep, that's about right, right?
Right there.
Does
You'll
that-
be next round. You'll be able to pick it up.
All right, as long as that satisfies the GM, I'm good.
Like we
Start moving forward. We get to the door. We open it. There's a golem. He reaches back behind it. And he's like, "Oh,
Wait.
that's right."
Crap.
That's very neat.
I just watched Nita run. What are we doing?
She's
She
holding
said-
her action.
She was
I'm
waiting
gonna
for
wait
his
till he
turn. to do
goes.
something.
Nita runs away.
Oh wait.
Um,
Oh wait. Hold on. 1 second. No, you didn't.
Huh?
The horse you're riding has a 40-foot movement.
Oh. So can my second movement be? Oh, I still wouldn't make it there.
2 actions would get you to it, and your third action would pick it up.
Okay, cool. All right.
Then you can charge in on a white stallion.
Yeah.
Slightly invisible stallion.
Yes. But
Oh.
stallion.
A very tiny person.
Yeah. So
You just see his little dwarf legs
Eve.
flopping on the side of the.
you see that Nita ride off on a slightly invisible horse.
what have I gotten myself into? Um, I
You
can't
know,
see
Winky has
anything.
charged into battle already.
Can I hear him fighting? I guess.
You could heal Core if you wanted to, or you could still hold your action again.
I'm gonna. Hold my action.
Until
Till my buddy comes back.
That's
Okay.
gonna be a whole
that'd be
round.
next round.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just go. Just whatever.
Okay.
I don't know where to go.
Because you don't even have to enter the room. You could just walk up to the doorway.
Is this where? Is he over here? Is that
That's
where they
the
are?
door.
I didn't mean to shut that. I'm so sorry. I opened it back up from all the way across the hallway. Okay. Oh my god. Lord.
All I hear is the door just click, 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 click.
What is going
Eve
on?
just shuts the door and leaves Winky in there by himself.
Yeah. Yep.
Winky smash. All right, let's go. Let's check that room for treasure.
Oh man.
Okay. Still can't see anything really. So. Screw it. We're just gonna go in.
Charles, what's the distance penalty on thrown weapons?
I believe the thrown weapons increments of like 10 or 20.
Yeah.
Is it snowing, Core?
All right, Eve, you see
Just
the
stormy.
It's been
Okay.
raining a lot here lately
Cool.
too.
Okay. And then I'll cast shield with my last action.
All right. A car. Based on the size of the doorway, you do have leeway to shoot.
Oh well, in that case, I'm just gonna chill out here. Hold on. Um, I'm going to send my raptor into the room so that he can possibly get flat-footed. I could send him all the way behind them and get him flat-footed instantly, but I want him to have the ability to move if an attack's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to set that up, and then
Make sure you target.
I'm going to target, and then change my token and attack.
Don't forget to target him. Oh.
Oh. Well, I'm
All right. You barely missed.
gonna attempt one more shot. Duck! Oh no! It was so close to that 20. Just yell out 4, every time I let go.
Okay. You pull back the arrow, you fire, it flies down the hallway right into the back of Eve. The second
Ow.
you feel your bow twinging in your hand and you feel its ability asking to be used.
Yes.
The arrow retracts and it's back in your hand again.
Cool. I'm gonna not chance my luck anymore.
You have the ability to make that attack again, but you have to take the roll, that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna end there. I'm not gonna chance my luck. Not a very gambling man over here.
Yes. Once per day, you can tempt fate by recalling your previous action as a reaction to a bad roll.
Alright. Well, it's left me. There we go. One. See him. That would be 2. So I'm going to sudden charge to this area.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, using the back side of the hatchet. I've got both hatchets out. I want to actually use my corrosive one. Get him Did that apply the...
That's what I'm checking. If flat-footed did not apply, so that did hit.
Okay.
Hold on a second. All right. You hit, and the acid did not do any damage, instead healing it.
Oh no. Okay.
You healed it for 9 healing.
Okay. Okay. It's going to be an interesting fight.
And of your roll, hold on, don't do anything else. That 19, only 2 was the acid, so 17 was your damage. So you did 7.
Ooh.
I'm gonna load my sling. Now this should be Titan, right?
This is a Titan because he is large.
Yes.
And you should be within 1 range increment. But you missed.
Hero point.
Not for that.
Not for that, no.
I mean, what else are you gonna use?
When I'm dying.
That's wise man.
All right, so I'm gonna reload and try again. Chabala kappa.
And you missed again. But not bad misses, so you're good.
End of turn. So much fun.
Yep. That. Okay. So it emits a slowing pulse. Winky and Core, you have to make a DC 30 Fortitude save.
DC, whoa.
Whoa.
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
Just fortitude.
It's just fortitude.
Winky failed. And Core failed.
They got the same thing.
Can I get your point?
You're
Please?
slowed 1. You can
Okay.
try to use a hero point if you want, but you might be wasting it, or you might be good. It's up to you.
I'm gonna save it. Slowed
Okay.
isn't that bad.
Yeah, you're slowed 1 for 10 rounds.
Because I'm not gonna really be moving since this thing is not gonna be moving much.
I'm setting your slowed. All right. And that means you have 1 less action, right? Wait, what did I keep forgetting? What does slowed actually mean? You have fewer actions. And that was 1 action. And then it's going to beat on Winky.
He missed.
Loading.
But it missed. Not a bad miss. So it just swings wild over Winky's head like it was expecting it to be the size of him. And you see him looking equally as confused, like. And that's his turn.
Poor guy.
As he kind of stares there in confusion. Winky,
Hit him.
you now only have 2 actions.
Oh crap. That's
Hit him.
sad. Okay. I don't want to use my. Okay. I guess I'll try to hit him again.
Critical miss.
Okay, I'm gonna use my hero point because I don't want to do his critical miss.
All right. Roll again, but you have to take it.
Okay.
Just a normal miss.
That's my turn.
Yep.
I'm just glad I didn't get a crit miss.
Need it?
All right, I am going to.
Remember, you have 40-foot increments.
I'm going to Gandalf and Lord of the Rings fly by and snatch up a halfling and throw him on the back of my horse.
Why?
Why?
It gives you a little bit closer to your target.
I'm good.
That's what she says as she gets grabbed.
Yeah, like, you want to
Can
do an
I
athletics
avoid
roll?
it?
Actually, he has to roll to see if he can get it.
All right, that's fine. All right, I will move to here. Oh my gosh, this is difficult. I'm having to like move my screen just to get to. Here I come, because I would be like right in front of you. So I'm gonna, as I go by, try and pick you up.
Athletics check.
I scoop.
Oh my god.
I scoop. I scoop.
You can try to resist Atala, but you're not going to unless you roll a nat 20.
On an athletic?
Yeah.
Or could I do it? It doesn't matter. It's got to be a 20.
You could do acrobatics, but it'd still be a nat 20.
Doesn't matter. It's got to be a nat 20. That's it.
That's what I got.
All right, so you're on the back of the horse with him.
I rolled the same thing, but look at my number.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Oh lord.
Eve.
I have upgraded my horse to a tank. Yes. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
I'm rusty. I haven't done it in a long time.
And the last creature was the one you should have been doing it against because he was a demon.
But he kept moving too far out of her
They
range.
I
keep
know.
moving, so
Please use heal points so you don't hit me.
Well,
It would
it's
do
just
damage.
divine lance. It's not gonna help you.
Unless you're secretly an evil creature, it has no effect on you.
Well, we'll find out.
Well,
Guess I should have picked up a car. I didn't see him there.
But you saw the tiny halfling.
That was like right in the middle of the path. I could see the I could see the stone golem from where I was.
Hey, you cast your divine lance, and you shoot the velociraptor in the back of the head.
But it's not evil, right?
It's not, but it's like, boom.
sorry. Anyway.
And so,
And then I'll do
basically, the
shield
chicken does
in
not
my
like you very much
turn.
right now.
Ah, darn.
A car?
I'm gonna have the raptor move around and then behind to here. That's 50.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm gonna move here and take a shot.
All right.
And I did not target. Dang it.
You did not, but that did hit.
Okay.
All right. You did 6 damage. That it?
6 damage. For what reason? Just because it's a rock?
It's immune to any damage other than admentium.
Ah. Okay.
It's got a resistance, a very high resistance.
Do this on the ground. 4 contiguous. So
all of its squares.
Yeah, basically all of it squares. That'll be the end of my turn. Do I lose the slowed action after this?
No, the slow does not go away for 10 rounds.
10.
Okay. All right. Hey, does it get a? Does it do the reflex save now or on its turn?
Hold on, I'm looking at that. If you target an attendant object, all solid ground in the air is going. Each creature standing on the greasy surface must succeed a reflex save, acrobatics check against your spell DC. Although, but first and foremost, well, and a 7. What is that?
Hmm.
Okay, you cast your spell, and instead of the spell happening, you feel your stomach get a little bit stronger, and you're pretty sure the alcohol no longer has an effect on you.
Forever.
Nope, you don't know how long though.
All right. That was a good turn, guys. There we go.
I am now on the back of a horse.
Yes.
Am I able to use my sling from here?
Because you're not
Hold on
driving.
1 second. Yeah, you're not driving, so you would have a better chance of that, but let me look up the sling staff real quick.
It was never my intention to cripple your abilities. I hope that I didn't affect that. You watching a video about a glitter bomb?
No.
What?
Well, that's not the only thing Mark Rober does.
I just recognize the voice.
Oh, the TV. That's Disney Channel.
But it is Mark Rober.
I thought so.
Yeah. It's some show called Goat. I don't know why it's called Goat. But I think it's the one where he builds like the squirrel obstacle course or squirrel bank.
It's a two-handed. I don't see anything that specifies, since you're not the one driving the horse, I don't see any reason why you couldn't fire from its back.
All right. I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna try and hit it.
You hit. All right, hold on a second. This is one of the few golems that is not immune to precision damage. That's handy.
Oh, because of the.
Your sneak would do nothing against something that's immune to precision. So all that goes through. Except for the thundering. So 3 did not go through. So 23 went through. So it takes 13.
All right, and then I'm gonna reload, and that's my turn.
All right. Its turn. Alright, it is targeting Winky again.
And then
Alright.
use the heal point. No.
It hit you. And because of that, it automatically used the reaction to impose paralysis upon you. Make a fortitude save.
Okay. Come on.
You failed. So you're now paralyzed for 1 round.
Come on. So I don't even get to play this round, the next round.
And it did 48 damage to you with its hit.
Ouch.
Let me set your paralysis.
It took forever to get to my turn, and now I don't even get to play it.
You did play it. It just didn't work out in your favor.
And that is its turn. You're paralyzed, so you get skipped. Nita.
All right. We're going to charge into this fray. Let's see. So I'm going to move. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to ride right up to its face and attack it with my war axe. So. Can't move her.
Make sure you target it.
Thought I did.
It really doesn't matter.
Nope. Alright, so that's 2 actions. And then we are going to move 40 feet away from it. Or, you know, we'll just go 20. Just out of striking distance.
Okay.
And that would be the end of my turn.
All right. Eve.
Oh.
0 for 2 tonight.
Bro.
Okay. You shoot the ceiling above it, causing a tile to fall down and bounce off Winky's paralyzed head. It's more comic relief than damage. Just bink, bink, bink.
Oops.
What just
I'm gonna cast
happened?
shield and just kind of be sad.
What happened to me? I didn't pay attention.
But don't worry about it.
Did she paralyze me more?
No, something just bounced off your head.
All right. I'm going to instruct Midnight to take a Talon attack. and basically hold her second one just in case she needs to move.
She can't.
I thought she had the ability to move any place while in the middle between my turn and the next round, as far as like an agile creature.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
yeah, that's that. So I don't want to burn an action. I want her to be able to move as
Okay.
like a reaction type thing. If that
Yeah.
okay. Might miss. And I thought I clicked it, but I guess I did not.
But you still missed,
Yeah.
and you critically missed.
Yay!
You hit Winky critically.
Oh man. Poor
You may
Winky.
want to use a hero point.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Do I have to redo the attack with a hero point? Or
You have to do the redo attack now.
Okay.
Make sure you target it first.
Well, cross your fingers.
Just a normal miss.
Okay. All right, with my 3 actions, one, I want to use occultism to see if I can
All right.
identify any type of weaknesses or
Make your roll.
something that we can. Can I use oddity identification to identify magic with specific traits?
No, this is not magic. This
Okay.
you trying to figure out a creature.
All right.
Where you going?
$25. The only thing you can think of is that hold on, I'm gonna whisper it to you.
Okay. I'm going to use my second action to yell that out. Guys, its weakness is too cold and water. And do
And
it.
that was your third action.
That was my third. Well, I
You
identified.
shot.
Say what?
You shot it.
I did not shot. I did not shoot it yet. That was the
You already
attack.
did.
That was the attack from the raptor.
Oh, hold on. Because y-
Yeah, I have not shot it this round. I was going to use my third action as the shot. Cause I was
okay,
gonna,
then yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was going to identify weaknesses, and then so I can't really do anything with that. So I'm just gonna just shoot it with what I got. And I missed just
You missed.
barely, just barely. All right.
All right, and just to clear it up, I had previously been dual wielding. I had dropped the corrosive in order to try to do the grease, so I just have the one fire hatchet,
Okay,
and I'm just gonna attack twice.
Ugh.
you missed.
Sweet.
You gotta do better than that. That'll
You did.
do. Oh, 2, 1, and a 5. Dang.
All right. The 2 fire never happened, so the 15 physical did. So that means you did 5 damage.
Sweet. In turn.
Gonna end your turn.
I did. Oh, did it not click? There we go.
There you go. Hatala?
Reload. Holy crap.
All right. Of that, the Sonic did not occur.
It's
So
2.
32 minus 10, 22.
What was the minus 10 for?
Every
Resistance
attack
buff?
gets 10 reduced from it.
Oh. I just remembered earlier you saying it got all of what I gave it before.
Yeah,
Minus
because
10.
it was a precision or something
No.
like that.
But it still got the minus 10 then.
Yes.
I just didn't know about it.
Yeah. Because the thundering didn't happen. Yeah. But everything else was good. Other than the -2.
That's it. I'm done.
All right. It turns around and targets core. And it hit. For 17 damage. Now, core, that automatically triggered its imposed paralysis. Make a fortitude save. You succeeded in your fortitude save. You're not paralyzed.
Yay!
I'm not paralyzed.
No, you are.
It was just for a turn, I thought.
Yeah, when
It's
it's your turn, it'll be done. It'll be undone.
good. I can walk them again.
That is its turn. Wiggy, your turn again. You can finally move.
Oh, fine. I'm gonna hit him.
Make sure you target him.
Please. Yes.
You hit.
Why do I keep getting these bad rolls for
All right.
damage?
3 of that did not apply, so that was 13 damage. Minus
Ugh.
10, 3.
Okay.
You get one more attack.
Okay, just a miss.
Just a miss.
That's my turn.
Need it?
Alrighty. I am going to say, excuse me, Hatala, and reach by her and cast a spell. I'm going to use Hydraulic Push.
Ooh.
You successfully cast your spell.
Yay! Alright.
Make sure you target him.
Well, I click him. Do I double click him? Like
Right,
what
double
am I?
right click.
Right click.
Ah, there we go.
It's like he's never played before.
Hmm.
And you miss.
Oof.
Trying to decide if I want to use
Is that you want to use a hero point to return?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my hero point and do it again. Worth
And
it.
you hit.
Yay!
All right, and that was a success. 3d6.
Yep.
I need to actually type it in. All right, I'm gonna just roll the basic thing and see if I need to
Yeah.
change.
That'll be fun.
Oh, nice.
He weak to water, right? Does he take double damage?
No, that means it affects him normally. Otherwise, magic has no effect on him at all.
Okay, but he does get knocked back 5 feet.
Yep.
Does he fall in the grease?
There's no grease.
Oh, what happened to the grease?
Instead, Core's immune to alcohol for a few days.
All right, that'd be the end of my turn.
Nobody challenge him in a drinking contest for the next 2 days.
No one else knows. Of course, I'm going to challenge everyone
Oh,
to a
wait, hold
drinking
on.
contest.
/ roll 5d10. He actually does take extra damage from it.
Yes. That much extra damage?
Yep.
That's a lot extra.
All right, guys. I think I got something figured out.
The good use of a turn, Mo.
Eve. You hit critically.
I was wondering if it
Finally.
was going to give it because on my screen it stopped right in the middle between the two.
And when it hits, it goes. Bzz. He's immune to all magical damage.
Yeah. Cool. Shield and whatever.
All right. And from where you are sitting, you can see that both Winky and Core are hurting pretty bad.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah, now you're going to have to move to take a shot, Mo.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask my raptor to intimidate again. Hey, if it works, it's amazing. If not, hey, whatever.
Is that a power?
Say what?
I think it's will to resist that.
Yes.
He did.
Alright. I'm gonna move into the room. That's my first action. Then I'm gonna take a shot and miss. Oh, I'm gonna chance it on my second shot. Cross fingers and a miss.
Just a normal miss again.
Just a normal miss, though. All right. And I'm gonna end my turn there.
Core?
This guy. I'm going to try to throw a little something at him.
Okay.
You can do this.
You begin to cast your spell, and right as you expect the ray to shoot, you suddenly no longer can smell anything.
Okay.
You've
And,
completely lost the ability to smell for one day.
Oh no, COVID!
in turn. All right.
Reload. Doesn't make any sense that I keep missing the first shot. Reload and turn.
I thought you ended last turn reloaded.
Yeah,
I thought I did last turn with
you did 2 shots last turn, right?
Okay.
If I did 2 shots last turn, then it did not.
Yes.
Then I'm correct.
Let me scroll back before anyone does anything, and I'll tell you.
I think I did a miss and then a hit. Because I thought it was weird that
Oh,
the
I
second
do.
one hit.
Elijah, you're not even talking. Mute yourself.
He's not even on the screen anymore. He's like down in the corner. Like he's completely off where the camera thought he was.
Atala. Yeah, you're right. You missed and hit.
I'm reloaded for the next round then.
All right. Just want to make sure. I couldn't remember myself. Okay. What is that ability? Little shrines up to speed. Damage. You're gonna take the far away. Actions. It marches straight through to Hatala. Any of y'all wishing to stop it moving will have to make a fortitude save or basically take a fist to the face, or it's going to march to Hatala.
Does that include the raptor
That I
as
could-
well?
The raptor can do that if it wants, but it would probably kill the raptor if it tried.
Am I in range to do this?
Yes, because it's going to march right through. Actually, it's going to go. It's going to push Mo and the raptor out of the way because it's going for Nita.
Okay. What are we doing now? To stop it?
If you want to try to stop it, you have to make a fortitude save. Otherwise, you just get pushed out of the way. Okay.
You shall not pass.
Critical self takes no damage. Otherwise, it is damaged as if. All right. So Hatala, you only take half damage because you succeeded. Core takes no damage, and the Velociraptor is just pushed out of the way. So Core deflected it. Oh, I got to move it to get to Hatala, and Hatala was pushed out of the way, thrown off the horse, basically. And Hatala takes half damage from that. Then it hits Hatala. I mean, it hits Nita. For 25, Nita.
tried selecting the golem to take the damage. Couldn't take its own damage.
Nope. Winky? Winky, your turn. You get 2 movements, 2 points, 2 actions.
Steve talking, but she's muted.
I was
Oh,
talking to somebody else.
You missed. Need it?
All right, I am gonna do more of the same. Going to cast hydraulic push again. I'm going to cast it at a level 2 this time, so it would increase the d6 by 2d6. And I don't like how that looks, but whatever. Here we go.
Okay. Is that a 22? Okay. You cast the spell, and it doesn't happen. But now you feel lucky.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Let's wait for next time.
so I have 1 action left.
Yep. For the next 6 rolls you make, you have advantage.
Interesting. I am going to attack with my war axe.
All right. Roll with advantage for that.
All right, it's targeted. Strikes. Clicky clicky. All right, man, that luck was awesome. All right. End of turn.
You got 5 left.
Thank you.
Eve?
In this, like, here, I'll do the 3 action heal
All right.
and just hope it doesn't work on that thing.
Is it 30 foot?
Yeah.
Right. Everyone in that area who wants the health can get that.
Yes, please.
And
Yeah,
Hatala would be the only other person.
Yeah, they keep cooking it, and every time they do it, it moves up, and I can't click it.
All right. Good heal. Akar?
Oh. I'm just gonna try to take 2 shots of this thing.
Him targeted first.
Ah, no.
But you hit.
Ugh.
For 0 damage.
I miss.
And you missed. Core?
All right, we're gonna go with a good old whacking.
You hit. That's a critical. Since you forgot to target him that first time.
All right.
Alright. Of that, 4 did not count, so 32, so actually 22.
We're gonna go with the. Oh, whacking.
And you missed.
And a miss. All right. The end.
Atala?
I'm loaded up.
Please turn the ground now.
That's true.
You missed.
That sucked. Yeah, I'm gonna reload.
Reload and shoot again?
Yep. How does that keep happening? Why do you roll good on the second one? Doesn't make any sense.
Hit. That only the 2 does not apply, so 21, which is 11. Its turn. It is going to emit another slowing pulse. Needip and Hatala both need to make a fortitude save.
But do we really?
Yeah, but at least you get advantage at it.
Oh, that's true.
And hey, you both succeeded.
With the same roll.
Well, with the same number.
Well, sorry, my bad.
You had to
rolled
roll
a little bit better.
No, I have a better what you call it.
And then it's going to swing at Needip again. And it's a critical hit. Cool.
Ouch.
64 damage to Needip.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Hope you got some flex tape.
I'm so glad he caught on to that one.
Wow.
That was actually a really good one, Elijah.
Good job.
Winky.
I'm gonna hit him.
You hit.
Come on.
And of that, 3 does not apply, so 13, which is 3.
Oh.
Okay.
Swing again.
Dang it.
Critical miss.
Oh.
Okay. You just
That's
pull your
good.
swing badly.
Oh no, that
Pull my what?
You pulled your swing badly, and you just did not hit at all. And now you feel discombobulated, so you're flat-footed to the next turn.
Yeah, but that
Okay.
that one teeter-tottered there for a little bit.
Need it.
All right. I got 2. No. First level spells, I should have at least 2 more. Well, no, I'm going to cast it as a second level, so I got 3 of those. No, I got 2 of those because he used one last time. All right.
Let's see if it happens. It did not.
Boo. Alrighty then, I guess. Give it
All
to
right.
me, Doc. Give it to me, Doc. How bad is it?
For the next 10 rounds, Neetup is a strobe light.
Wait, what
Like-
does that even mean?
I don't understand.
He's alternating between causing a bright light or causing darkness in a 30-foot radius around himself. All
Sweet.
creatures fighting him get a -1 penalty to attack rolls and perception checks, and he gains +1 to stealth.
Cool.
Get
He gets
advantage.
+1 to stealth? How does that work? You would be very, very noticeable, wouldn't you?
But
That's
hard
a
to
sh-
target.
It's a strobe light, yeah. So it's like it blinds you for a second and then it's completely dark for the next.
Yeah, but I wouldn't think that would be stealth.
Well, they use
I don't know what
they
that would.
use
Maybe
strobe,
the AC.
They use strobe lights when clearing buildings because you can't tell where the person is actually at.
Yeah.
It's like a flashbang, but a constant flashbang without the bang.
All right.
I guess he didn't get advantage to make that one work.
Oh, wait. He did have advantage. I'm going to roll that twice to see whether that happened or not. No, your spell did work.
Yes.
Yay! You're no longer
Sorry.
a strobe light.
I'm over
Remove
here,
all...
Stewing in my anger.
Well, you still got a hit, though.
Okay. All right. So.
And that used up one of your advantages, and now you get to attack at advantage.
Okay. I think I
You
hit.
hit.
All right. And since it's heightened, it would be what? 5d6.
Let's see. It's normally 3d6, but heightened, yes, 5d6.
All right. So would I put that? Does it matter where I put that?
Just do roll 5d6.
So when I roll it, it allow. Well,
Just do /roll 5d6.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
Minus.
Mine's not working. Refresh.
5d6, 24 plus 14. So
why
total
would
of
it
38.
be a 48,
38 damage.
38 damage.
And he's down.
Finally.
Crumbles
Oh
into
my
dust.
gosh. I am dead. Please, somebody heal me. Oh, I've got like 2 HP. Or at least it feels like it. What am I actually at?
You're at 6, I think.
Oh, I got 11.
11.
Oh my gosh.
Help is on the way.
That was stressful. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the fact that you had to roll chance every time you use magic.
Man, I was really wanting that grease to work.
Yeah, but that one unlucky magic saved your bacon.
I'll put us all together and then do that.
Everyone gets 13 health.
Oh, I'm good. I don't have to heal.
That must be nice.
Yeah, finally broke 100.
I was trying to get my way there so I could bring out my.
See, Eli, we had perfect amount of time. It is just now 9:59.
It is no kidding. Right at 10 o'clock.
Right at time.
Yeah. All right. We're going to stop here, and y'all can recover next time.
Oh
Whoop,
my
whoop.
goodness.
Guys, there's only
Nice
like 6
dream.
lines to the notes today.
Fight,
All right.
fight, fight.
Send us out.
All
Bye.
right. Say bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Boy, boy.
See y'all next time.
Hope you find your dad.